Hello and welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. Today I'm going to make another card using a set of dies from the Essentials Studio Light die set. So this is what it's like when it's flat, but it will fold like this, so it will stand up that way. When you look at it from the front, it will look like this. So this is just a prototype I've done of it, and I'll do another one with all the decorating on it, but I will now show you what's involved in putting it together and how I did mine. So this is the set of dies. So it's got quite a few pieces to it. So we'll just pop everything aside and I'll show you what each piece is. So this one is your base die. So that's for the base card. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. That might be a bit better. So that's for the base. And then I'll pop these over here. There's these bits will go on the sides. So they are these. So there's two of each. So one is the matte layer, which is been done in the black, and then the other one in the coloured paper one is the smaller one. So there's one set for each side. So there's two lots of those, and then there's all these little bits. So there's four pieces like this. Actually, it might be easy if I get this. So that's to cut the matte piece. So there's four of those for the matte pieces, which I've done in black on that one. And then inside each one of those is these. So there's four of those. So that's those. So I figured it was easier to do this than waste time cutting it all out while we're doing the tutorial. Then there's two big oval dies. So with this one, you cut two for there, and then you cut another two for the front and the back of the card. So I'll show you all that in a moment. And then again, the same here. So there's the centre parts. And again, I've cut those out for the front and back as well. So there's four of each of one of those. So when it's closed, it will close like this. And I've got more here to decorate the front and the back of the card as well. So let me show you how it all goes together. Now, I've already pre-done some, only to save a bit of time trying to putting it all together. Otherwise, it would just take too long. So each piece has got a matte layer and a top card. So what I did first off was I cut out all my top layers and my base layers. Then I did all my top in white. And then what I've done, using the Lavinia Mica sprays, I've used Fruit Sorbet, Kingfisher and Purple Orchid. I laid all my white pieces out and sprayed them. And then I've put another piece of card on top and made an ink sandwich. And then I cut them out again to do them for the front and the back. So there was no wastage there. I've used up all the cards that I'd used with these. These are wonderful. They're a new product with Lavinia and love them. The only problem I have found is I have a lot of trouble with the mica blocking up the spritzer. But I've done a tutorial on how to unblock the spritzers. I'll link that in the description below so you can see how I unblock them. So once I had dried off the ink sprayed papers, I then stamped them using Lavinia stamps. Now I've used a few I have used the, let's see, we'll start with, so the Woodland Sprite, which is this one. And then I have used Eden, which is this one. And Eden is patting Pippin. So that's Pippin. And then for the front of the card, I've done Have a Fairy Happy Birthday, which is this one. And then I've used the two small pixies to put on either side. So that's those ones. And then to go on the back, I have stamped, "Those who don't believe in magic will never find it." So they're the stamps that I've used from Lavinia for this particular project. So once that was all dried and stamped and everything, I then attached all the top pieces to the matte layers. So now we're going to put it all together. So these ones will go here. So I'm going to use my Turbo Tacky Glue and I'll start putting it all together. So you don't have to use what I've done here in the way of stamping. You can use any sort of papers. You can buy, like a lot of the pre-decorated, the designer papers. You can use those instead of what I've done here. So you can then do as much or as little as you like to your card design. Okay, so that's that. So while I'm doing all this, I will just mention that I do have a Facebook page called Cardmaking for Beginners and Beyond. I also have another one called Barossa Valley Crafts, and I will link those down into the description down below. So if you would like to join up, and you can share whatever you make from my tutorials, or it doesn't have to be from my tutorials. You can share any craft work that you do with like-minded people. And yeah, it's great. You never know, you might meet your best new friend there. So as you can imagine, putting all these mats and layers together would take a bit of time, hence why I've done it this way. So if you like this tutorial, please give me the thumbs up, and you can subscribe so you get notified when there is more tutorials coming. I try and do one a week when time allows it. Oops. Okay, so almost done this. It's been a good time for crafting lately. It's been so cold here. I guess it's winter and it happens at the same time every year. Anyway, Christmas is not far away, so we'll all be starting our Christmas cards soon. So there we go. So that's that part all done. Now if we just, these dies, it's already scored where the card's going to fold. So we'll just fold it on those score lines. I think the maker of these dies is actually a UK-based company, but there's a lot of places that sell them, so you just have to do some searches for the country that you're in to see who has them. So there we go, there it is from the front, and that's how it will stand up like that. So now we'll just do the front. I think the longest part of making this card for me was trying to work out what stamps to use. Once you know what you're doing, it's pretty quick to get together. Okay. And I found this company do a lot of beautiful dies, so I've got quite a few, so I'll be doing some to show you, so I'll probably post one a week until I've done all the ones that I've got. I did do another one the other day with the floating circle, which is really nice. So this will be the back of the card. So this is where you can do your who it's to and from. And it folds down to a reasonable size, so you'll be able to pop it in an envelope for postage, which is good, given the cost of postage these days. You don't want anything that's too big. And the last piece. There we go. So there's the back. There's the front. And hoping it up. There it is from the front, and it will stand like that. So it's very nice, and like, as I say, decorating them completely different to this, it will make them look even different again. So obviously you decorate with what you have, and I hope you've enjoyed that. And if you have, please give me the thumbs up and come and join us on my Facebook page, Card Making for Beginners and Beyond. Thank you for joining me. Bye.